the month of November. Friends at school, yesterday was November the 16th. So what do we need to add for today, Isaiah? 17. You are right. Today is November the 17th. Uh-oh, our 17's hiding from us. Here it is. All right, so now let's talk about the days of the week. What day of the week is it today, Colin?
Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday, you're right. And if today is Tuesday, what was yesterday, Aubrey? Monday. Good. And if today is Tuesday, what will tomorrow be? Harley?
Wednesday.
That's right. Tomorrow is Wednesday. All right. Now, can someone remind us what season are we in? The leaves are changing colors and it's getting a little cooler outside. Carmelo, what season are we in?
We're in fall.
We're in the season of fall. You are right. Now, friends at school, what is the weather like today? Zoe? Yes, it's pretty sunny outside, but it's definitely colder outside, isn't it? All right, we are going to get started with Letterland today. And remember, this week we're talking all about words that have who at the front of them. What sound is at the front of all of our words this week, Mila? Yeah, the sound of Sammy Snake. So yesterday we talked about words that have this sound at the beginning. Can someone remind us what sound does SN make when they're together, Carter?
Snow.
Good job. It makes the sn sound. So today we're going to look at another sound. We're going to talk about the sound that S and K make when they're together. And it makes the sound, okay? So we're going to listen to our song and our chant this morning. You be having your listen ears turned on so that you can hear the words that have the sound, okay? And I'm going to ask you what words you hear at the end of our song. Keep your microphones on mute so everyone can hear.
Who's that skiing skillfully? It looks like Sammy Snake. He's being careful not to skid onto the frozen lake. He has seen Kicking King skimming along on skates, who shows he's just as skillful at putting on his brakes.
Sammy Snake and Kicking King. Sammy Snake says S, and Kicking King says K. Together they say sk, in skip and ski and skirt.
All right, friends, what words did you hear with the sk sound this morning? Isaiah? Skirt. Thank you, Isaiah. Good one. Friends at home, did you hear Annie? Harley?
Skate.
Skate. And there's one more. Carter?
I can't tell what it was.
Say it one more time. I couldn't hear you.
Can't tell what it was.
Was it ski?
I'm talking about the first one.
The first one is skip.
Oh.
All right. So before we move into our phonics book this morning, I have 3 words that I wanted to share with you. The first word is a review word from yesterday. So raise your hand, friends at home, if you can remind us, what word do we have? Carmelo?
Snap.
That's right. This is the word snap. We have the sn sound, and then short A and P. So snap, snap. All right, friends at school. Now we have a word with the sk sound. What do you think? Skip. Skip. Very good. This word is skip. 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 Now this word has a sound that we've already learned, and let's see if you can see what sound it is. It's a giant that lives in Letterland. Do you see him? Zoe, what is it? Oh, look closely. There's giant oh. But then we have Sammy Snake and a friend. So can someone help us figure out what is this word? Carmelo?
Small.
Small. Good job. So we know that our S, the sm sound, and then all. Sm, all. Awesome job this morning, guys, looking at our S blend words. Now we are going to move into our phonics book. Remember, it's the phonics book with the S-N sound on the front. So go ahead, pull that out, and a pencil. All right, so we're going to go ahead and open up to our story. And we're going to read our story one more time today, and then we have some questions to answer about our story. Friends at school, would anyone like to read our story today? Mila, I think I saw your hand first. Come on up, Mila. All right, Miss Mila is going to read our story today. So make sure you have your listening ears on. You want to say hey? Hi. All right, Mila, make sure you read loud, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead.
The snail and the snake played together all fall. They sniffed the fall air, and they snickered. Soon they knew it would be winter. Snake and snail cannot play outside in the snow. They knew all winter.
Thank you, Mila. Awesome job reading this morning. All right, you can go on back to you. Uh-oh, did your shirt come unbuttoned? There you go. There you go. All right. Thank you, Miss Mila. So the snail and the snake played together all fall. They sniffed the fall air and they snickered. Who remembers what that word snickered means? Does anybody remember, Isaiah? If you snicker, what are you doing? Zoe? You're laughing. Soon they knew it would be winter. Snakes and snails cannot play outside in the snow, so they snooze all winter. Does anyone remember what that word snooze means, Carter?
Sleeping.
They sleep all winter. All right, so take a look. You've got 2 questions at the bottom. I will read the questions to you, but you need to answer them by yourself. So, number 1. When did the snail and the snake play? Spring, winter, or fall? When did the snail and the snake play? All right, nice work. We've got one more question. What did the snail and the snake sniff? What did they sniff with their nose? Flowers, the air, or garbage? What did snail and snake sniff? Remember, if you can't remember the answer, where can you look? Back in the book. Look back in the story. What did they see? Flowers, air, or garbage? Okay, we are finished with our phonics book for today, so you can go ahead and close it and put it away. Friends at school, make sure you put it back in your green folder so you'll have it ready for tomorrow. And you don't need anything out on your desk. All right, thumbs up when you have your things put away and you are ready to get started. All right, we're waiting on just a few more people. Aubrey, you ready? Celaya, do you have a question? No? Okay. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. This week, I told you we're going to be learning about the holiday that's coming up, which is, what holiday? Thanksgiving is coming. So we're going to be reading nonfiction stories about Thanksgiving. But before we get started, these are some other nonfiction stories we've read this year. We've read books about apples, we've read books to learn about Veterans Day, and we also have read stories about fall. Now, all of those books were nonfiction stories. Can you tell me, how are those stories alike? They are all nonfiction stories. So how are they alike, Zoe? Yes, they're teaching us something, aren't they? Now, did they teach us about the same thing or different things? Different things. But they all taught us something. They were not make-believe stories that we just read for fun. We read nonfiction stories to learn about something. So today and tomorrow, we're going to be talking about special things that nonfiction stories have. And one of the special things they have are photographs. Does anyone remember, what is a photograph? What makes a photograph different from a picture we draw? Gavin, can you help us out? What makes a photograph different from a picture that we draw? Unmute your microphone.
Well, when you draw something, the picture is not realistic, but
Right.
you can, but when you take a picture, that is realistic.
Okay, so a photograph is when we take a picture with a camera, right? And like Gavin said, that is a real picture that really happened. So that's something special that nonfiction books have. Now, something else that they have is called a table of contents. Have you guys ever seen a table of contents in a story?
No.
Maybe? Okay, well, this is a table of contents, and it comes at the very beginning of the story. Now, it's got some numbers listed. What do you think those numbers are? It's got some numbers listed. What in the world could those numbers be? What do you think? Zoe, did you have an idea?
Like when you're telling the story, those are like, if you're telling the story, those are like pages.
The page numbers. You're right, Zoe. Those are the page numbers. And these are the different topics of each page. So, if I only wanted to know what is Thanksgiving, then I could look in the table of contents and turn to page number 4 to find what is Thanksgiving. So we're going to read our story today, and I want you to be thinking about those 2 special things that nonfiction stories have: photographs and table of contents. What are we listening for? You got it. Photographs and table of contents. We're thinking about how they help us as we're reading. Mila, make sure you put your pencil away so you can listen. What is Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving is an American holiday. It is in what month? November. It is on the 4th Thursday. What do we do? Our family gets together. We remember the first Thanksgiving. It was long ago. Well, who was there? Early settlers and native people. And they ate a big feast. What is a feast? Can someone help us out? What is a feast? Annabelle? You know what a feast is? Yes, at a feast we have lots and lots of food. And is this a photograph or a drawing? What do you think? That's a drawing because when they had the first Thanksgiving, they didn't have a camera to take photographs. But if you look at this drawing, you look at their table, they have lots of food and they're sharing with each other. So they're having a big feast, a big meal together. We make a lot of food. Yum! What smells good? What are they smelling? Turkey. We see a parade. It is on TV. Look, a float. Ray sets the table. Wow, it looks like fall. What in that picture reminds you of fall? Look at that illustration. Carter, do you see something that reminds you of fall?
The pumpkin.
The pumpkin. Harley, do you see anything else?
They're fake leaves.
Yeah, the leaves, and they're different colors, aren't they? All right, so remember we were thinking about the photographs in the story. So take a look at this photograph, and just by looking at the photograph, what can you tell is happening? What is the little girl doing? Zoe? She's setting the table for their dinner. So the photographs in the story help us see what is happening. It is time to eat. We sit at the table and we give thanks for our family. Dad cuts the turkey and Troy likes corn. Jess likes pumpkin pie. Oh boy, raise your hand if you like pumpkin pie. Yeah? Oh boy. We are all full. We take a nap. Happy Thanksgiving. So look at this photograph. If we didn't know this word nap, could we look at the picture to get a clue? Because yes, we could. You're right, Zoe. Because it shows us what are they doing in that photograph. They're taking a nap. That's right. All right. So now I want you, friends at home, in your binder, you have a chart that has some of our different nonfiction features listed on it. So we're going to talk about photographs in the table of contents. Go ahead and pull that out and get your pencil ready. All right, so at the top, make sure that you write your name and number. And then under your name and number, it asks for the title. Can you look at the cover of our book and what is the title of our book today? Gavin, can you tell us what is the title of our story today?
Holidays Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Perfect. So I'm going to write that on the line that says title.
Miss Foster, they don't say that on my.
Okay, well, just write the title at the top of your page so you'll know what book we were talking about.
I do not know how to spell. Huh? Oh, we're just gonna say I don't know how to spell.
Gavin, mute your microphone. All right, so you should have your name and the title of our story on the top of your page. Take one more second to make sure you have those two things. Right here, it says title. All right, now we're going to go ahead and get started with our first nonfiction feature. And it's in the first box. Can anyone read what our first feature is? Jaden. Remember, you use a camera to take a picture or a photograph, okay? So, we are going to talk about how, Brian, how do the photographs help me when I'm reading? So think back to the photographs we saw today, and how did they help us as we were reading, Zoe? Okay, so it gives us a picture clue for the words. Okay, that's definitely one way. guys can't move because there's no other seats to move to. All right, take a few more seconds to get that one done. Can you think of one other way that the pictures help us? Think about if we had a story with no photographs. Would it be fun to read? No? So, do the photographs make our books fun to look at? Maybe? Okay, so we'll use that for our second reason. All right, take 1 minute to get both of those done. All right, now we're going to move on to our next text feature. And does anyone remember the name of our second text feature we talked about today? Mila? Table of contents. And remember, our table of contents had our page numbers and what was on each of those pages. So how can the table of contents help us when we're reading? Mila?
To find the number of the picture.
So to find different information in the story? Okay, awesome. So I'm going to put that in my column that says how it helps me. It helps me to find information in the story. Okay, so take another minute. Make sure you get photograph and table of contents done. And then we are going to stop. All right, take 1 more minute to get your sentence done. All right, guys. If you did not finish, you can finish your sentence when we log off. Remember, I'm not worried about your spelling being perfect. It does not have to be perfect. Okay? Sound out those words and try to finish writing those sentences. And then, friends at home, you need to make sure you get on iStation this morning, okay? So you may go ahead and click the red button to log out of class, and I'll see you later for math.